Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you what we're going to make today with the Curiosities box number 5, the Glitz Mass. So excited. Take a look. Let me see. So first of all, I have everything set out from the pink. Of course, I had to start with pink, with the pink colors. Let me see if I can fix my camera here. Just getting used to this new camera, so I apologize. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to create a beautiful necklace using this chain that was in the box. I'm so excited to use it. And these lovely faceted beads. Let me give you these look like they are somewhere in the 8 to 10. My calipers. I moved everything, of course. Of course, you say. So I hope everybody's doing well. You know, remember during the holidays, the build up to the holidays, a lot of people are stressed out. So just remember to take time, you know, reevaluate what you're doing when it comes to baking and gift giving and stuff like that. You know, do you really need to do this now? Can you delay it? Can you get help? You know, that kind of thing. You don't want to stress yourself out. So just wanted to mention that these are gorgeous. And let me see how it's coming out on there. That's a little better there. Yeah, so these are what did I say here? 12. I kind of knew it wasn't a 10, but I thought I'd try and slide it in, but they are gorgeous. So we're going to use those. And then these lovely beads, they are clear, but they have a pink hue to it. So let me grab this one on the head pin so you can see what I'm talking about. It's lovely. It looks so nice beside the black. So I thought what we do is, first of all, dangle these on the chain, and then we're going to add an extender chain to it. And I kind of thought, let's bling it up some more. Now I have some cup chain. If you have some cup chain, you can use it. If you don't, it still looks really lovely, just like that, with these beautiful beads dangling. So I'll show you how to attach that as well, a really neat trick. So to start out with, let's talk about the length. It's a question I get a lot. So this is my sheet that I probably downloaded from the internet. You could just do a search, necklace length and images, and it'll bring up all kinds. Now this one I feel is not accurate, but I've been using it and adjusting it to myself. I definitely suggest you take whatever you're measuring, so your chain in this case, put it around your neck where you think you want it to sit. Do you want it to be a choker? Do you want it to sit just nicely around the neck? Or do you want it to dangle lower down? So for this one here, we're going to put an extender chain. I measured my neck, and you can see I've made little scribbly marks. I feel my neck is a lot bigger than this area here. So I actually measured from link to link at the end of this, so that it was sitting maybe in here on the neck, gave me 18 inches. Now, I am a swimmer. That's why I wrote that. I am a swimmer. So my shoulders come out like here, and they I have these big muscles over here from all the swimming. So my neck, I do find like even men's shirts, like pullover t-shirts and stuff like that, are super tight on my neck. So that just shows you how big my neck muscles are. So just take that into consideration. If you're doing it for somebody else, just take a look at what their body type is. If they're slim and tall, then this would probably be accurate. So there's tons of videos out there too. I've already cut a piece of chain at 18 inches, and then we'll adjust accordingly. So just to let you know how to cut this chain, some chains it's not clear where the opening is, and if it's a little thicker, now this is not too thick. I was able to use my cheap little flush cutters. What I do is I try and find where it's been soldered, and you can kind of see it there. So I just go in that spot and cut it and then pull that chain off. I sometimes save these links in case you need it for something else, whatever, but you can cut them this way and just throw it out. So we have our 18. So let's find our midpoint, and we'll talk about the rest of the necklace after we get our lovely beads on. So I'm going to do the very scientific method. Put them together like that and bring it down and find a link. There's my middle. So let me grab a head pin and kind of stick that there so I can remember. Now I've set up my beads. Kind of the determining factor for this was how many beads we had in our bead box. And so I have them separated like this. Let me see which ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 5 of the black beads. The black bead is going to be the center. And then we're going to have 2 pinks on each side and then move out from there. I'm using these gold-plated head pins. They're 1.5 inches. I don't know what the diameter of them is, but they're I'm guessing maybe a 20 gauge wire. I apologize, my camera. I've set it to focus, and for some reason it comes out of focus every once in a while. Okay, so we're just going to use that. You can use whatever you have. I'm not adding, you know what? I was looking for bead caps. I'm lying. I was looking for some bead caps. But you know what? These look lovely just by themselves. So I think we're just going to do a regular loop. If you want, you can do a wrap. I'm terrible at wraps. I don't do them all the time. And they have to be perfect. And as we know, not everything's perfect. So it annoys me. I just do loops. You can put like a gold bead to embellish it a bit. But I found that just the straight up bead itself is the best way. So yeah, let's skip the, I'm going to leave that one there. Let's skip the adding a bead cap. So I'm just grabbing it like that. So we don't need all of this. We will cut some of it off. I just measure that way. So let's see how that works out. Put that back in there and get your round nose pliers. Let me see. I kind of want a big loop for this. We'll see when we put it together. I may change my mind. I haven't done any because we only have a certain amount of beads. Usually I do something ahead of time and then replicate it. Yeah, this is way too big. I didn't leave enough. Let's go to the smaller loop. That's still not going to be. Let me get my other round nose. Look at this. Way too big. Interesting, but let's go to about there. Yeah, I cut too much off. Let's try that again here. I think what I'll do is I'll turn it first and then let's cut about there. See, I don't do this enough to, there's all kinds of techniques on measuring it doing one, taking it apart, measuring it, that kind of thing. That's very large. But you know what? It looks kind of cool. So I'm just gonna, let's try. Yeah, so we need to go a little bit lower. I kind of want it to be, so I'm just gonna cut a little piece off of here, like that. And there. And then go to the other side and just tilt it at a 90-degree. I think part of it is when you're working with larger beads too. Let's get that in there. That's not too bad. Kind of want this to be on the center mark, but like a 90-degree angle. There, that's better. Okay. That was a lot of busyness. Okay. It just goes to show you, actually I think that's lovely. Because the chain links are so big, I feel like the and let me just make sure there that the loops need to be bigger. So now I'm just going to take my tool, kind of curl it a bit so that make sure that it's nice and snug against, so it doesn't come off or hook onto anything. And this is there. Oh, it still needs to move in. Let me get my other pliers. Use the one side like that. There. Oh yeah. This is gonna be so I'm so excited. I I don't know what it is about the pink and the black that just totally drives me cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So I think we should definitely leave one link spacer, but I would even, you know what? Because I kind of feel like these beads should sit in the kind of the front middle of your chest. So I don't really want them coming up the sides, going around. So I think just one link. So that would there. Yeah, so it would be something like this. These lovely. I suck at making decisions. I'm like, I don't know, maybe. You guys are like, Emma, just make a decision. So let's cut a little tip off of this. Like that. And get our round nose pliers. Turn. And see, I think I had it so close to the bead on the last one that it was hard to get the loop. That's going to be lovely. So there is a space, but you know what? Oh, I'm going to be bad. You're like, no, don't do it, Emma. I'm just going to clip a tiny little piece here. No, no, I didn't cut it all the way. I have bought new flush cutters all the time, and I don't know, I guess I should see if I could sharpen them. I find they don't stay sharp for very long. They're cheap too. So if anybody has any advice for me on tools, I also need That's Better there. So I think I had clipped. So we can take that and a tick off on the next ones because that looks so much better. Yeah, so let's open that up. And we're on that link. So here's the other thing too. I'm very particular about where things go on the link, and it probably doesn't matter, but since this is on the bottom of this link should go side to side from like front to back, and then this one up and down like that. So then of course you would put this here on this bottom part. If you put it on the top, it's going to twist your chain. I don't know that it would really matter, but I'm going to say it matters to me. My wife calls me the hall monitor. And you know what my response to that is? Jelly much? We sound like two teenagers when we're talking, and that's only because we're imitating. We're imitating the young folk. The funny part is we swim a couple of times a week at a public pool, and there's a lot of elderly women in the locker room, and they think we're the young ones. They have no idea how old. This will look so beautiful. You could make this into a bracelet. That would look amazing. Okay, next one. So this one, you know what? You could measure them, but I think because this bead, and then we didn't give you the measurement for this one. This one's smaller than that, so cutting your wire is going to be different for each one. So this is a 10. This is actually a 9. Let me try it this way. Yeah, it's a 10. We will name you 10. So where was I? What? So I should move this up a bit so that we're at the center of the screen. Okay, so if I took that, I think maybe about that much on this one. We'll see how that works out. I'll put it there in case we want to use the next one to measure. So grab your tools. I'm kind of eyeballing it where I want it. That. Release and turn. Release and turn. And that was a little bit long. You can see there's a space there. I don't think you're going to notice it, so I think I'll leave it because that looks pretty good. Don't mess with a good thing. So let me know if you received your box. Here in Canada, we have a mail strike, but I didn't realize John Bead uses UPS or other courier service, so it was never an issue. Okay, I'm skipping that link and going to this link, and then again seeing that these are going front to back. So then this goes on the bottom of this one, like that. And I'm just using my round nose pliers. I just use whatever's at hand. Okay, that's perfect. Oh, this is so lovely. Oh, listen. I know you shouldn't clack your glass beads, but I can't help it. I am a child. So next one. You know what? I'm going to eyeball this one. So I think about there is where we're going to cut this one. And about there. And then do the 90-degree. I'm just going to straighten that out. So I probably could have gone a little more. I'm going to leave it. Open that up. Okay, let's make sure we have these, because I was picking it up to close the other. Okay, so these are on the bottom. So I want to be on this bottom link right here. I'm gonna, where am I here? This one here, link it in, and close this up. There. Oh yeah, that sounds lovely. Okay, I've got, there's our, there, that one. So then this last one. So yeah, this is really going to be in the middle here. But that's fine. The next one, we're going to clip about that much off on this one. And that, turn. Perfect on this one. Like that, look at that. So you see how quickly I'm getting to eyeball the right distance. So the more you do these, the easier they get. Just takes some practice. Okay, so this is the bottom links. So we're gonna skip a link and come. This goes up. Yeah, so see, this is twisted. Let me, like that. So I want to be on that bottom piece. Right here. And get that closed. Make sure. Yep. Flip this here. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so let's work on the other side. So you could essentially, go a bit further separating them, but because I wanted them to sit on the bottom of the link, it had to be separated by one to get to the next bottom link. So if you want to spread them out a little more, you could do, you would have to skip a few links. So instead of putting it here, you could put it here. So then you're spacing them out by about this much, like this. But I want them nicely paired side by side. So our next one is our beautiful pink. These are so lovely. Do you know what? I have an evening gown that's it's a sleeveless gown, and the bodice is all beaded rhinestones and crystals and stuff like that. That's probably why I'm obsessed with this. When my wife and I got together, I bought that dress and we went to a lot of events in the gala event and stuff like that. I may have a picture of me. So I don't want to cut too much here. I think we may have to take a bit off. It looks big. And like that one. Well, it's not too bad. I mean, there is a space, but like I said before, it's not perfect. Get that there. And get that nice and snug. Okay. That's lovely. Then a black. And we'll take a bit off. A bit there. And that turned out nice. You see how fast you get good at this. I do have a looper, and actually the loops are that big. Oh, what am I doing? I should use it. We have 2 left. Let me see if I can find it. I think I'd put it away because I never use it. I'm looking on my desk. I have an idea where it might be. I cannot believe I bought this when I first started beading like 4 years ago. I probably did 1 or 2 cha-cha bracelets where I used it, and I never really liked. I felt like it didn't close the hole properly, and I did watch somebody use one of their tools, and I saw what they did to get it to close, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So that one's there. I'm going to pause the camera for 1 second.